This is Heavy Conversation with Bruce and Jody, a podcast where we talk about being a big guy in today's world. I'm Bruce. And I'm Jody. Here we go.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Hey, Bruce.
Jody, how are you?
I'm good. How's it going?
It's good. It's good. I cracked open my beer a little early.
I did it as well.
Yeah. So
walked in the door and cracked one open.
You know, it's one of those days. It's one of those, whatever day it is that we're recording.
It's one of those years.
Yes, it's one of those years. That it is. Yes. So I just wanted to say really quick. Last week, a lot of people had a lot of really cool things to say about Chubster's 10th anniversary,
right? Yeah,
which was wonderful, and it meant a lot to me because, you know, it's just it's easy to just be in your place, just kind of doing your thing and kind of forget that there's a whole world out there, and that, you know, sometimes you reach out to other people. So yeah, thank you to everybody. So
yeah, there's lots of comments and lots of congratulations around everything that you're doing. Yeah.
But enough about that. It's news time.
News.
Yes. So the piece of news, well, the first piece of news that I have here is about our friends at Marvel Comics are unveiling their first gay Captain America. He protects runaways and homeless youth.
Nice.
So yes, so this will be they're starting a series called The United States of Captain America, and it goes on sale June 2nd. So
okay,
it's their first gay Captain America, just in time for Pride Month.
Yes.
And basically the idea in this, it looks like it says in the upcoming issue titled The United States of Captain America, Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, heads out on a search for his missing shield, according to our friends at Entertainment Weekly. Along the way, Steve with Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes, Falcon and Winter Soldier, who, if you guys are watching the show on Disney Plus, that's them.
Oh yeah.
And John Walker, who is also part of that apparently, will meet Aaron Fisher, who is openly gay and was inspired to take up the mantle of Captain America, the publication reported. Aaron, who goes by the Captain America of the Railways, protects runaways and homeless youth by his own strength and without the super soldier powers that Steve possesses. So pretty much it's somebody stepping up and doing something good to help other people. And says that Aaron's costume in the comics takes after Steve's, although the Captain America symbol of a white star with a blue background and red stripes is painted over blue overalls. So they actually have like an illustration of what Aaron is going to look like as this Captain America.
Okay.
It's pretty neat.
Cool.
He's got a star on his neck, a septum ring, an American flag tattoo on his arm.
Okay.
Let's see. It looks like the writer. It's the new character was created by writer Aaron Trujillo and artist Jan Basildua. I'm sorry, I'm butchering their names. So if you're listening, 1,000 apologies. But they say that Aaron is inspired by the heroes of the queer community, activists, leaders, and everyday folks pushing for a better life. He stands for the oppressed and the forgotten. I hope his debut story resonates with readers and helps inspire the next generation of heroes. So that's really cool.
Awesome.
It is, and it's the whole. So it's a mini series, and it's set to explore what the idea of Captain America means at this precise moment, and not just on the grand stage of the world, but to every day and often overlooked communities throughout the United States. Because it's an interesting idea and kind of an interesting conversation, because, you know, these are characters that have been around for a long time, and that you know, they mean different things to different people, and it's very easy to look at like Superman, who's always good and has this real, like, it's like my grandfather's superhero. So kind of taking on the idea of what Captain America would be today. What does that mean to you know, to people? And I think that's interesting.
Yeah, and it's good that they're trying to just evolve. I mean, it's like a new Captain America character.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Cap is still him, but this it's Aaron. He kind
Right.
of takes on that role of being Captain America. And it said, I like this line in here. It said, Cap always fights against super powerful beings and saves the world almost always. But
Mm-hmm.
Aaron helps those who walk alone in the street with problems that they face every day.
Right.
Like, I think that's even more important. Like we're all struggling with something on a day-to-day
Right.
basis. So I think, you know, yes, there are bigger things going on in the world, but also everybody has their own problem that they're dealing with. So I think, yeah, that's kind of a good thing to show that we still need help on the micro scale, like bring it back
Definitely.
down a little bit. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and Marvel for the past few years has really been doing a great job with representation as far as their characters, but also their writers and artists, and just getting more into the stories that they're telling, and doing a much better job with that. It's I just read something last night that was a collection of Marvel's indigenous heroes that was really cool. It was actually a really interesting collection, and I think that it's the same thing. It's the really the reason that we're here in a lot of ways is that you want to see yourself represented in so many different ways. If you're able to see a person who looks like you wearing clothes that they feel good in, that makes a big difference. If you're able to
Yep.
read comics, I mean, me as a kid, had I seen you know a chubby superhero, that probably would have been a game changer for me.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
you know
It's pretty awesome. And I also like that the artist Jan is openly transgendered as well. So that's pretty amazing that they're,
very cool. Yeah.
also having representation behind, not just on the paper, but in the work as well. So that's pretty awesome.
Right, absolutely. And this is not their first gay superhero. I know that they had Iceman from the X-Men a few years ago. Writer Sina Grace wrote and I believe drew uh, an entire run about Iceman coming out, which was really cool. And it was got a great response and a lot of media attention back in the
Yeah.
day when it came out.
I'm sure
So
this will do well also.
yes,
Might just go buy them just to, be like, this is the, gay
yep,
Captain America, just to have,
that's right.
it's kind of cool.
Yeah, and at your new place, you actually have an awesome
Yeah,
comic
there's a
book
comic
shop
book
in your
store.
neighborhood. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember what it's called, but yes,
Yes. Yes. So,
I walk by it quite a bit.
yep. So perfect. There we go. So, uh, if you don't have any news,
I don't
Bruce,
have any news this week. I apologize.
well, then before we hop into the main event,
Okay.
I thought I would give something a try that I received in the mail. So there are a lot of PR firms and a lot of companies that reach out. Uh, they email me and reach out, wanting Chubster to write about their products. And
Oh yeah.
one of those is a company called Fulton and Rourke, and they deal in fragrances. They make a deodorant, which I have somewhere here on this table. Let me see here. Um, it's an all natural deodorant, which I tried. I like the smell. I don't know that the deodorant is quite for me. I didn't feel like it quite did the job, but
Okay.
they're not all about their deodorant. They also do solid fragrances,
Okay.
so solid cologne. So this is something that I'm actually pretty interested in, solid cologne, because I like the idea of something like that you can travel with, that's easy to use, that kind of thing. And so I asked them to send me a few of their products so I could potentially write about them for Chubster. But
Nice.
here we are on Heavy Conversation, and it felt like
What?
the right time to
Yeah.
break some of this out.
Yeah.
So
I'm really interested in this like solid cologne. I didn't really know much about that.
I think the idea with solid cologne is that it is easier for you to travel with as opposed to having to carry something that's liquid or a
Or
spray of some
glass.
kind.
Yeah,
Right.
it's glass normally.
Right. You've got these usually these you can either get the sampler or you can get them in tins. They come in these little tins.
Okay.
And then you can just kind of rub your finger over the surface and then rub it on your skin, and you're good to go. They say that it's fragrance for men of action, so travelers, athletes, those always on the go. I am not always on the go, but I do like to smell good, so
Right.
that it all balances itself out, right?
Yeah.
So it's designed to perform the way fragrance should have all along. Should have. It's Let me try that again. It's designed to perform the way fragrance should have all along. So easy to travel with, and it smells great. They have a lot of different smells, which is good because everybody likes
Yeah.
something different.
Hmm.
So I am gonna break out the. Let's see. This one's called Perpetua, and it is Atlas cedar, something called neroli, and amber. So,
Ooh.
I don't know a lot about fragrances, so I don't, like I didn't even know that amber had a specific smell. But you know what?
Ooh, they
Uh,
have quite the description. It says on the coast of Oregon, 800 feet above the crashing ocean waves below, is the peak of Cape Perpetua.
Perpetua,
Perpetua? I
I
don't know.
think.
Though heavily forested with enormous evergreens, openings provide miles long views of the ocean and its jagged coast, while the beauty of whatever forest
Mhm.
would be noteworthy on its own. The fact that it is surrounded by the sea makes it truly spectacular.
Well, I'm a sucker for any kind of fragrance that smells like slightly woody. You know.
Hmm.
Uh, ooh, wow.
Cedarwood, mahogany, offset with clean and bright notes of neroli, bergamot, jasmine, and amber. Oh, I think I would like this one too.
Okay, so I have opened the sample here, as you can see if you're watching us on the video. And yeah, basically it's this. It's slightly, it's slightly hard, but it's actually pretty easy to kind of get on your finger. So we'll do some, little testing here.
Yeah,
Let's
on
see.
your neck and on your wrists.
Yeah. Oh, ooh, it's very clean. It is. It's clean. I get some of that cedar, kind of letting it air out a bit. I get some of the cedar.
Hmm.
Um, Definitely a little bit of that, a little citrusy. So I'm guessing that's the bergamot.
Hmm.
Yeah, nice, nice. And I mean, it's not messy, which is great, and it's not a
Yeah,
big thing you have to carry around. I like the idea of the sampler because number one, I don't know what I'm gonna like and what I'm not, and two, it's easy.
yeah.
So
It's got 4.6 out of 5 stars on their site, so it looks like it's been pretty popular.
yeah, so there are a bunch of different kinds. There's one called Hatteras that it says it's more of a classic smell. Blue Ridge is sandalwood, which I personally not a big sandalwood fan. This
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
sandalwood, sage, and amber. There's Kiowa, which is coastal, fresh, and cedar. So I would be trying that one for sure.
Which one
There's
was that?
that's called Kiowa.
Okay.
Kiowa.
Yeah, I see that one.
Clearwater is Madagascan geranium and oak
Ooh.
moss. Yes, yes. And then Mahana is the deodorant that they sent me, and it is pomelo, coriander, and green leaves. So
Green leaves.
yes, the mystery of green leaves. Um, Sterling is tobacco, leather, and vanilla, which I like that, like tobacco or that leather smell. And tobacco
Oh
could be
yeah.
good, you know.
Sometimes I like those in a candle. I don't know that I would.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'll take one for the team and let you know what that smells like whenever I get
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah. Smell
Then
like an ashtray or something. And
yeah, and then there's Brazilian pepper, cedarwood, and magnolia, and that's palmetto. So a few different options. Fulton and Rourke, thanks for sending that over, and I'm gonna try them out, and we'll see how it goes. I really like the idea of just having kind of a tin and just
yeah.
being able to bust it out when you need it. You know.
Yeah, I'm not a big fragrance person, but every once in a while I like just a lot of times like my beard oil or something has like some sort of fragrance on it.
Yeah,
So yeah, just
yeah,
adding a little bit goes a long way. So
it does. It does, and it feels like with this you can kind of control that by dabbing your finger in there, and you're good to go.
yeah,
So
awesome.
yes.
I like it.
All right. On that note, beer time.
Woo. What
Yes.
do you
What do
got?
you have?
Oh, I have. Well, I didn't make it to the beer store. the liquor store, whatever you want to call it. So
Understandable.
I have the Stormbreaker Brewing Mississippi Red, the red hopped red ale, dry hopped red ale. Sorry,
Nice.
not red hopped.
Red
Whatever.
hopped.
Red hopped.
Red hot. Red
No,
hot.
no, no,
There we
thank
go.
you. I would
Oh,
not like that.
a red hot
Um,
beer.
no, I don't like those red hots or like big red gum. I don't like those either.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is one of my favorites from Stormbreaker. It's just kind of
Nice.
a go-to beer. I've had
All
it
right.
many times, so go check out it on Untapped, or if you're in Portland or can get it, definitely check out
There we go.
Stormbreaker.
Yep. Perfect. Uh, this week I am trying something new from a brewery that I feel like you might have given me a beer from or tried one. It's the brewery is Adroit Theory.
That sounds
Doesn't
weirdly
that sound
familiar.
familiar?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this is why we use an app like Untapped because we never remember what we've enjoyed each episode. You know, we're up in the 150s of on episodes now, so
Mm-hmm,
you can't keep track of all of them. So an app like Untapped does that for us. So this week I am drinking one called Young Hipster Death. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Young Hipster Death is a triple oat cream IPA and it is 7.5% ABV. And let's see what it says. Yes, Adroit Theory Brewing, Purcellville, Virginia. Um, it has double dry hopped with Mosaic, Galaxy, and Southern Passion. I guess
Oh, that's a new one.
maybe I should Southern Passion. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's it says and it recommends food for you to enjoy with this. It says
Okay.
jerk smoked duck with peach habanero barbecue sauce.
That's very specific.
It is
But
cheese. Yes, the cheese they recommend is I've never even heard of this cheese. Chaource, Chaource. And the cigar, my friend, is the Todos Los Dias Half Churchill.
yep, I
So
love those.
yes. So next time I'm gonna try it. Now that I know that they have
Oh
food,
yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
yeah,
What was
I
it?
will.
Jerk duck something?
Yes.
Habit-
Jerk smoked duck with peach habanero barbecue sauce. I'm
That's
down.
it does sound good, but I was
It
like,
does.
that's very specific.
It does. So this is it's very smooth. It's very smooth. I thought triple oat cream IPA. I thought it would be very oaty. It's
Yeah.
not. It is a kind of creamy beer, but it finishes with a bit of a not a bite, but you can tell there's some hops happening there toward the end. So I like it. I actually like this a lot more than I thought I would. I've never heard of a triple oat cream IPA, so of course I'm going to get that.
Yeah, I was like, that sounded weird.
But yeah, so not
It
too
said
bad.
something about a candied orange backbone. Are you getting any of that?
Slightly,
There's a
maybe
semi-sweet body and finish.
maybe more, yeah, orange peel, maybe like
Okay.
you know, yeah, a little bit of that bitterness and a little bit of orange back there. Yeah, say so. So
That's
there you go.
very nice.
Yeah, yeah.
And that
So-
cheese is from a village in France.
of course it is.
It's a cow's milk cheese from that place in France.
perfect.
I was like, I don't know.
Well,
All right. So this week's topic, we're going to talk about staycations. So
yes.
not all of us are ready to travel yet. I have a week-long vacation coming up, which I am staying home for.
Oh, nice.
So this is coming in handy for me to get some ideas of what to do. So it also can just be a fun weekend at home too, just to switch it up a little bit. So that's what we're going to talk about, staycations. Are you ready,
Perfect.
Bruce?
I am ready.
The
I am ready.
staycation. Hopefully the weather will be nice. It's a rainy day today, but
Yeah. You know what? We're getting more people are getting vaccinated, and we're getting closer to that light at the end of the tunnel as far as being able to get out and be around people again, and that's exciting. But I know, it's still it's baby steps, and a lot of people aren't ready to travel yet,
Yep.
and they're close to tearing their hair out as they hang out in the house and need to change things up. Yes,
I'm
yes,
I'm I'm combing it just right to
yep.
so you don't see the bald spot.
The spots where you've pulled, yes, I
Hmm.
understand.
Hmm.
Yes, and so staycation is, how do you do something fun and interesting when you're at home and you've been at home for
We've been at home
12
for
and a
12
half
years.
months? Yeah.
12 years.
Right, right,
12. What is
right.
that? Yeah.
Yes, yes. So there are a lot of different things that you can do, and um I've even been kind of looking at what we can do as far as staycations go, because one of the side effects I think of all of this is, um, for us, we have kids and they have been home for a year, and they know that the pandemic is not something to play around with, and so they've over time kind of become nervous about getting back out into public.
Right.
Even we went to a park over the weekend, and we were masked up, obviously, as you still need to be, but a lot of people weren't, and they were very uncomfortable with that. So it's kind of baby steps to getting back to doing a lot of the things that we want to do, but you've got to find ways to have fun while you're waiting to do this. And so a big staycation idea that we're looking at, that we're probably going to do as it gets a little warmer, is actually set up our tent in our in-laws backyard, because they have a hot tub.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and it's much smaller. Their backyard is much smaller, so we can set the tent there.
Yeah.
We've got everything set up. It'll be a good way to do it.
That's always a fun thing is like I remember doing that when I was a kid. We would set up a tent in the backyard,
Yeah,
even if just for like a sleepover or sleep, just for the night, sleeping out in the backyard. It's
right.
fun. You can put up lights. You maybe even, project a movie onto the side of the house
Yeah,
or whatever, or onto a sheet, or, whatever. Like there's so many fun things that you can do to just mix it up a little bit. And it's not, it's not that expensive to have a tent or buy a tent or borrow a tent from
right.
someone, a neighbor, relatives, whatever. Yeah, that's always a really fun thing. And we even did it. I remember setting up the tent in the living room,
Oh yes, yeah,
like
me
when
too.
it was like not great weather, like just putting it up in the living room and sleeping in it just for something fun.
Right,
Yeah, you
right.
can definitely switch it up and have a camping trip in the backyard or in the living
Yeah.
room.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you've got like a fire pit outside or something like that, like our in-laws, they have a little fire pit out there that we can kind of
Hmm.
set up around, and it's all fenced and just really small and like cute and intimate, and it's
Hmm.
perfect for
Hmm.
us to just be able to hang out. So thinking about ways that you can do that, like you're saying, inside or out, is that's great. It's an awesome way to change things up without having to go out to an actual campground at this point, which
Yep.
who knows who
Yeah, I
knows
don't
what that'll
know.
be
I mean,
like.
it's not quite weather appropriate here yet, but
Right.
I mean, for the very adventurous, maybe, but not me.
Yeah.
I guess my like first number one like tip is no cell phones allowed as
Mm,
much as possible. Like getting away from this, I think will do us all some wonder, like mental health wise, like taking a break from the news, the notifications, the work emails, the work phone calls, whatever that is. Just put it, put it in a drawer in the kitchen or whatever in a basket. You don't need it. Like take a couple days, take a break from it. You can put an out of office, you know auto reply thing on your work email, so you don't have to worry about it. Someone else can take care of it for a day or two or the weekend or whatever it is. I think that's going to be that'll be a hard one for me, I know, but it is something that I have realized I need to just set it down and take a walk away from it and take a break.
that's a really good point, because it's just you're so connected to technology. We are all so connected to our technology that it's just like taking that time away, not worrying about, what the news says or those emails that are coming in or a project you've been working on. Just stop, disconnect,
Hmm.
take some
Hmm.
time. It makes such a big difference.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And another thing that I mean, I just moved into a new place, so it's not that it's kind of new for me, so it's kind of fun to be. I'm in a new space already, but like getting everything set up in advance. Like you have that whatever weekend or the week or whatever.
Mhm.
Clean the house, do the laundry, do the shopping, do all that stuff before your vacation, so that you don't have all this work to do while you're supposed to be relaxing and on vacation. Because you don't do that stuff when you go on vacation. You go to a hotel or whatever, you stay somewhere. You're not doing laundry, cleaning everything. So try and
True.
get some of that stuff done beforehand. Clean out the fridge, buy some fancy fun drinks or something fun to cook or whatever it is that you're going to do. But yeah, get all those chores done beforehand so that you're not spending the whole vacation time doing those chores,
I like
which
that.
I was like, oh, I have a week coming in a few weeks. I'll wait till then. And I'm like, no, I want to do something like have fun and relax, not work. So,
Right, right. Very important, because you're right. It's almost like working from home. When you're working from home, it's easy for all of those things to just come together. Where you're like, okay, well, I may be working on something, doing my actual job, but I can also, do the laundry, or
mm-hmm.
talk to people I live with, or whatever, and being sure that you don't do those things. Make it off limits. Take a little time. It's a vacation, like you're saying. I like that.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So this other one, I kind of was looking at different staycation ideas, and it said spa day, and I was like, well, I'm not going to do a spa day, but there was one thing that I thought was really kind of fun is spend more time in your robe.
A
So I'm not a robe guy, but I like that idea of like just spending the day in your robe. Like you're on vacation. What do you need to get dressed for? Like, you can
True.
maybe have your coffee and eat your breakfast in your robe on if you have a patio, or I can look out my window and enjoy watching people down on the street or whatever. But I just thought that was kind of a fun vacation-y thing, is just to be in your robe all day, which like get one of those big, you know, terry cloth robes that are really plush and nice and soft. I
I
just thought
like
that
that.
sounded kind of fun and, spa like, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely feel more comfortable when you're just in a robe. You're just
Mm-hmm.
kicking back and enjoying yourself. So
Yeah, yeah.
perfect.
I thought that
Yep.
was kind of a fun, different one. I'm not necessarily, I mean, I might do, I don't do a lot of like face masks or anything. I just, do my regular self care, but I don't do spa days necessarily. Maybe I should. My, nails and,
Well, it's funny you mentioned that company just sent over a bunch of face masks
mm,
to try. So I'm gonna have to get you one of these.
okay.
It's
I've tried them, but they're like, I have to cut them because they're not big enough for my face.
so these masks are apparently made for gents with beards.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah, that's always
yes,
the weird part too, because it's like you have this big forehead and then like
yeah,
just my cheeks, and I'm like,
right.
what do I do with this other part?
Since I shaved off my beard, it made me realize like how much better I need to take care of my skin,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
especially that the skin under my beard. It's just one of those things where even though I do that on a regular basis, it's still, I'm not giving it enough TLC. So as
Yeah.
you start getting older, your skin is not as good. It's not as good.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So you
Yeah.
know
So maybe it doesn't need to be a spa day. It needs to be a regular part of your everyday care, which we've talked about before. So definitely go check out some of those episodes about
yes.
that.
Yep.
Another big one that I thought was fun is playing vacation music. So getting a playlist ready ahead of time. You got all this weird downtime beforehand, after work or whatever.
Hmm.
Make a fun playlist of maybe your favorite songs, or which I thought it was really fun, is like maybe play reggae the whole time, like you're on some beach in the Bahamas or something like that. Or if
Yes.
you want to feel like you're in Paris, play some Parisian music,
Hmm.
like it just make it fun. Or maybe just for the day, like pretend you're in Paris and eat croissants and
It's
drink
perfect.
champagne and
Get some cheese.
get some whatever that
Yes.
cheese was from before.
Yes. Yes. That
I already
cheese.
I already forgot what it was called.
Yes. Chaourst. I can't pronounce it the
Yeah,
correct way, but
the goat
showered.
cheese, the cow milk cheese from Paris or from
There we go.
France, not from
Perfect.
Paris. But I
Yep.
just thought that was kind of fun, just to kind of put you in the headspace of being in a different place. You know, you might not be there, but
Yeah.
you
There are
play
things you could
reggae.
do. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, wear a beret and eat
Yes.
weird cheeses and
Baguettes. Yes.
baguettes, and yeah.
There you go. I like that. Lots of themes you can work with
Yeah, I
around.
mean, there's all kinds of stuff you could do. Whatever, maybe like think of a past vacation that you went on that you had a lot of fun at,
Mm.
and where was that, and what kind of music was local, and what was playing there. Not just listening to your normal music that you always listen to.
Right.
You know, I thought that I'm gonna try that for sure. I'm gonna
I
maybe
love it.
each day have a different theme, and it's fun to discover new music too that way, which I like to do. Like
Hmm.
just, on Spotify or whatever you listen to, I just will sometimes randomly just play it. That sounds different, I don't know what that is, and just like, maybe they're not all winners, but it's fun to try.
Yeah. Perfect.
What other things do you have, Bruce? Do you have anything more to add about what you're thinking about doing?
As far as staycations go, I it doesn't have to necessarily just be, yes, at its most basic, you can stay at your house.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Sometimes it could be as simple as, let's say you want to get out and just have a change of scenery without going far away. You could get an Airbnb. Find a
Yep.
cool Airbnb that's close to you, where you don't have to. It's the contactless check in and all that.
Yep.
You can do the whole thing. Go in, be safe, and you can stay in a new place for a night. It's something as simple as being able to do that. And
Mm-hmm.
the cool thing is that Airbnb is all over. They're all over the world. They're everywhere. So
Yep. Yep.
chances are you wouldn't have to go very far to be able to find a cool, interesting house to stay in, or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
that could just be a fun way to just say, okay, I'm just going to do this for a night. It's going to get me out. It's going to give me, some new surroundings, and hopefully that'll help a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was also thinking about going out to the coast for a day and
Yes.
just renting a thing, just go out there midweek and just, order food from this place, try some new beer from some brewery or whatever,
Yeah.
and just hang out. Yeah, I might do that as well. So I think
Perfect.
that's a great idea. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Day trip sounds like a good way to go.
Yeah, we'll just
Lots of options for sure.
yeah. There was one more that I thought was you would enjoy. It says make your children put on a talent show, which I thought
Hey.
was, corny and fun. But it has to be a new thing, a new talent that they learn. So it can't be something that they already know, because you've probably seen it a million times already.
Sure.
But, like they can watch a YouTube video and learn a magic trick, or recite a poem, or, do whatever, but they have to
Mhm.
perform a show for you,
I
which
like
I
that.
thought was really fun. And even the parents or the adults, whatever, could do something as well, just to make it fun. But I just thought that was really kind of a fun idea to make the kids put on and I think most kids are all about doing that. So
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's great. That's a great idea. And
yeah.
it's another way to keep them busy for a little while.
Well, yeah, exactly. Give them a
Yes.
project to work on, and they're, you know,
Yes.
spend hours trying to learn a new trick or a new song or a
That has
dance,
really,
some
yeah,
dance move or whatever.
that's awesome because
Whatever
it's
that whatever that weird video, that dance that I keep seeing people doing on TikTok and Instagram. I'm like,
oh,
how are you doing that? I don't
who
understand.
knows.
I don't know
I
what it's
need
called, but there's always some new dance.
There
Don't
is
sound
always some
really
new
old, but
dance.
there's some new dance that they can learn and do for you.
I love that idea, especially, it's been another one of those things where it's just so hard to find more things for them to do to keep them engaged,
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
to because I mean they're kids, they want to get out, they want to go places, we want to explore with them and take them places, but you can't really do that, we haven't been able to. So that's a great idea, and I'm actually going to try that. We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
give that a try.
Yeah, I mean, it
So
could be even just do that tonight with your kids, or do it tomorrow. Tell
love it.
them, the day before, hey, we're gonna have a talent show tomorrow. You got to learn a new thing. It's not like no pressure. Not. It's just
Sure.
fun, just a fun thing. Or It could be we're going to do it next weekend or whatever you want to do. But
I like it.
I just thought it was a fun. I mean, maybe I'll learn something new and I'll do a Zoom. I'll Zoom it during the talent show.
Yes, perfect. That'll be a future episode as well. We'll
Yeah,
do the
well,
the heavy conversation talent
The
show.
heavy conversation talent show. I'll need maybe a couple more the beers, but that's fine.
Well, we can make that work. I like that.
So there's a lot of ideas about, doing a staycation, whether you do stay in your four walls or you go to an Airbnb, go to your in-laws' backyard just to change it up, whatever it is. There's lots of ideas out there. So, just Google staycation ideas. I gave you a few. I'm definitely going to use a few of them myself just to spice it up a little bit, because I'm already like, okay, I'm in here, and now what?
Right. Yeah. So if you're listening and you have ideas for a staycation, or you have already had a successful staycation, tell us about it. We want to know, because we want ideas.
Yes.
So,
I need some more ideas. I got a whole week of vacation time I need to fill up. So
absolutely. So yeah, hit us up at Heavy Convo on all your favorite social networks, and also check out the new and improved heavyconversation.com. Is that it? Yeah,
Heavy Conversation. Yeah, it's not Heavy Convo. That's somebody else.
No.
It's Heavy Conversation.
Yep, heavyconversation.com. You'll find all the past episodes and all kinds of good stuff. So yeah, check it out. Tell us your staycation secrets.
Yes, please. All right. Well, thanks, Bruce. I'm looking
Jody.
forward to my staycation now.
I know, I'm ready for one myself.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Heavy Conversation. Be sure to like and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your
Podcasts.